Before we begin today's episode, I want to take a moment to honor the life of my lifelong friend, Jasmine Salazar, known to many as Faint. Jasmine was more than a friend, she was family. Her spirit was kind and loving. She was full of heart, and she made an impact on everyone who had the privilege to know her. A gifted rapper and artist, she poured her creativity into everything she touched, leaving behind music and memories that will live on forever. Her passing is a painful reminder of how fragile life is, how deeply our community feels these losses. In Tolleson, we've always said that we aren't just friends, we're family. And today, our family is grieving. To my lifelong friend Jasmine, to Faint, thank you for your life, thank you for your light and your music, and the love you shared with us. You're gone far too soon, but you'll never be forgotten. May she rest in peace. The Davis Report. I'm your host, Jimmy Davis. Before we dive into the hot topics today, I just want to share a little bit about my week. So this week, I was at the Arizona League of Cities and Town Conference. It was in Scottsdale at the Scottsdale Princess. And it was a jam-packed few days for sure. Lots of classes and workshops and meeting after meeting after meeting. I had the honor of serving on the resolutions committee for the second year in a row. So basically, the resolution committee sets the resolutions for the Arizona League of Cities for the year. So basically, like their policy book for the year. And so it was pretty contentious this year. Last year, it was only about I would say maybe 10 minutes long. It wasn't very long at all. It was quick. And this year, there was a lot of items that were just that were combative for whatever reason. One of them had to do with like pensions for the police and fire union. So I get it. Like those things can be kind of sensitive. But anyway, I got to do that. So that was a really awesome experience. One of the things while we were setting up, I was telling our guest, Justin, about we passed like the mic around the room or whatever to all introduce ourselves. So it's all mostly mayors and then myself. But, you know, they went in reverse order this year. Last year, it's in alphabetical order. So it's reverse alphabetical order. So obviously, when it's in alphabetical order, Tolleson is towards the end. But I was towards the beginning this time. And the lady who was next to me was maybe from... I don't know what comes in the alphabet after a T. It wasn't Tombstone and it wasn't Tucson because they weren't there. No shade. Maybe... Thatcher, I don't know. That doesn't make alphabetical sense. I don't know what city it was. It was one with a T. Anyway, it was a small town. After I announced my name or whatever, she was like, "Wow, you sound like you're on the radio." And I just kind of laughed or whatever. And I said, "Well, you know, I kind of am. I mean, I'm not on the radio. I have a podcast, but I also do like lots of things with my voice, right?" So anyway, so that was kind of funny. So we had, you know, just lots of different meetings. And well, one of the other things that I had to do, and it was kind of, I was a last minute fill-in because the person who was assigned in the beginning wasn't able to make it. And so I filled in and I was able to talk about Tolleson's Aging in Place initiative, which is basically just... Aging in place is kind of like blue zones, if you've ever heard of those. So blue zones are where the regions in the world where the most centenarians live, or the most people who are over the age of, or around the age of 100, right? So we had been trying to look at the possibility of getting a blue zones designation in Tolleson, but it just didn't make fiscal sense for us. The ROI just kind of isn't there for that, at least for our community. So we decided instead that we would look at creating an aging in place initiative. So basically an initiative that's going to allow our residents to gracefully age in their home in Tolleson and not have to move or not have to go somewhere else. So we partnered with ASU, and some students worked on creating this initiative for us, and they actually won a couple of awards for it, which is pretty awesome. But I got to really highlight like our seniors in Tolleson and that segment of our community. And, obviously that's a place, a piece of our community that's very important to me. And I think to everyone. I always think of my nana and tata, right? They go to the senior center every day, and as countless others do as well. But one of the cool things that I was able to highlight in talking about our seniors is just the vibe of our senior center in general. Our senior center is out of room. They are like completely at capacity again in a new, way bigger facility. And it's regional. It's not just seniors from Tolleson that are coming to our senior center. I know my grandparents talk about their friends who come all the way from Tonopah every morning. So they probably pass 5 other senior centers on the way to come to the Tolleson Senior Center. But they come to that one because they like it the best, right? It has the best community, just the best environment. So I think we're doing really good things for our seniors in Tolleson. So it was a really fun thing to highlight. So that conference, in general is usually, busy, but this year it was super, super busy for me. I had to play the mayor on several days, and so it was a good experience and good learning, and it's always good when I get to brag about Tolleson and all of the wonderful things that we are doing. All right, I want to move into hot topics. But before I do that, I do want to take a moment to talk about something that's been weighing heavy on our community. Last week at Maryville High School, 16-year-old Michael Montoya II tragically lost his life after being stabbed during a classroom altercation. Another young man, also just 16, is now facing charges of second-degree murder. 2 families, 2 sets of friends, an entire school community have been forever changed by this senseless act of violence. I went to Trevor Brown High School. Maryville was our rival. The truth is, West Side kids are all the same. No matter what color we wore on Friday nights, orange and brown, yellow and black, or even maroon and gold, we all deserve the same thing: quality education and a safe environment. So my heart breaks knowing that right now Maryville students are facing fear and trauma instead of the security every young person deserves. This loss hits even closer to home for me because a good friend of mine happens to be the brand new principal at Maryville. So I can only imagine the weight she's carrying, trying to lead with strength and compassion while her family is grieving. It's just, these types of things happen far too often. Violence on our school campuses, whether it's gun violence or just any violence in general, and it's really, really a shame that we aren't doing a better job taking care of our kids, of their mental health, of just their health in general, and teaching them better ways, right? Like this is looking more and more like it might have been maybe gang related, or there might be some, backstory to it. And, we have failed these children, both of them, because we didn't show them a better way. A better way to resolve conflict, a better way to deal with their mental health. It's just an epic failure of our school system and our society, and we have to do better. We can't keep letting these types of stories happen, and we can't become numb to it. We have to keep fighting, and we have to keep working to make the lives of our youth and the lives for our next generation better, because we can do better. We can do better. And speaking of just, messy situations, my second hot topic for the day, and the last one, is this Lil Nas X business. So this week's headlines have been filled with the story of Lil Nas X arrested in Los Angeles. Reports say he was found nearly naked on Ventura Boulevard, behaving erratically, and later charged with multiple felonies after a confrontation with police. But here's the part that gets me about this. So instead of someone stepping in to help him, because he was obviously in distress, I'm sure that most of you have seen the video. I won't even show it because it's just not. I hate this kind of stuff. Instead of, like, obviously this man, this person, this human being is not well. Like, they're intoxicated, like they're going through it. Who knows what else is going on? People just start filming. Like, instead of trying to help, trying to reach out, trying to comfort this person who's in distress, they start filming. They start antagonizing because they want clicks, they want content, they want views. And it's just really a despicable thing about our society, and we really, really have got to do better. We forget that every person, famous or not, is human. They bleed, they struggle, they hurt. And when people are at their lowest, we need to not pass judgment or create spectacle, but we need to be compassionate and supportive. And, that's just, it's just more and more you see stuff like this. It happens a lot with celebrities. It's been happening a lot. It's been happening to celebrities as long as celebrities have really been a thing. And, it's really gross. It's really gross. I think is it Angelina Jolie who lives in Dubai now? Justin, do you know? I think so. I think it was, no, it's Lindsay Lohan, not Angelina Jolie. So she moved to Dubai because it is illegal to just film somebody or take pictures of them without their consent in Dubai. So that's why she lives there. She chooses to live there because she can kind of go to dinner if she wants, or go to the movies, or go do normal things, and people are not allowed to harass her. Like, you have to ask for consent. Like, I don't understand why we don't do that in the United States. Like, we just start filming people, like, right? There's even a situation that's happened pretty recently locally with other people that I know, and I won't say who or whatever, but I was pretty pissed off because they just filmed this person who was clearly in distress in our gay community, right, in our Melrose district, and this person clearly needed help and was in distress, and instead they just film it and they post it, and everyone's sending it and making fun of it, and it's like, it's gross. We've got to do better. We can do better. And that's all I'm going to say about that today. All right. So I am going to get our guest up next. The one and only Justin Maynard. Student doctor Justin Maynard for a few more months. And then he'll be Dr. Justin Maynard, D.O., attorney at law. Just kidding. All right.
Dream about you. Don't know how you break my will. I turn around and there you are. Your glowing beauty stops me still. I find myself alone and wanting. I find myself under your spell. I go to kiss you and hold you tight. Without you wherever I dwell. If I had my way, I'd be with you tonight, always and forever. If I had my way, I'd be with you tonight, always and forever. Always, yeah, yeah. Enemies afoot, dressed up in uniform. They want to beat you down till you conform. But you don't have to listen, don't have to open that door. When they come and trash your city, just remember what we swore for freedom. Gotta vote them out. For freedom, we the people, we gotta vote them out. Write the numbers on the clock. Set the time to 9:05. From 1 to 8, tuned to be. Connect them all with a line. Doctor, I don't understand all these things that you want me to do. When I was young, I could answer these just like you. I could do it too. 'Cause I don't remember you, but I know that love is true. And even when my mind lets go, my heart still remembers you. I don't remember you sometimes, but I know that love is true. And even when my mind lets go, my heart still remembers you. I see you dancing from across the room. I wanna be there, I wanna be your moon. 'Cause I wanna be with you, baby. Don't you want me to? Yeah, out of this world, a cosmic sensation. Out of this world, sensation. Out of this world, and everyone could see, yeah. Won't you come and dance with me? Whoa, 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 you're out of this world. One more oldie, I guess. 'Cause everything you do, everything you say, it's like a bad film no one wants to see. Full of bad jokes that no one wants to hear. I'm trapped inside your movie scene. 'Cause something's gotta give, I'm tired of your lies. 'Cause everything you say is driving me insane. Something's gotta give, I'm about to die. 'Cause everything you do eats at my brain. Something's gotta give, something's gotta give. Something's gotta give, something's gotta give. Oh, something's gotta give, something's gotta give. Something's gotta give, something's gotta give. Thanks.
I don't know why it's zoomed in on your face, but we are here with Justin Maynard, student doctor extraordinaire. I got to try to get this thing to zoom out. I don't know how to do that.
Oh, it zoomed in on my face?
It's like
Zoomed
zoom.
in on my face?
It's zoomed in only on you. Excuse me, camera. He's not the most important person here right now.
But I am.
There we go. But I am. Shut up. There we go. We got the whole thing now. This is doing some weird things that it didn't used to do. All right, so I'm here with student Dr. Justin Maynard, who's proving you really can't chase more than one dream at a time. Earlier this year, he released his debut album, Light Years Away. Is that what it's called? Am I making that up?
Correct.
All right. And now, I did my research, I think, and now he's already gearing up to drop his second album. When is that coming out?
I don't have a date on that one yet. I have a single, though, September 22nd.
Okay, I knew something was coming.
And I'll break them up. And yeah.
All right. Well, his music blends synth pop energy with heartfelt storytelling, according to ChatGPT.
Sounds right.
And he's quickly carving out his own lane as a rising artist in the Phoenix area. But that's only part of his story. Justin is also a fourth-year medical student at Midwestern University, preparing to launch his career as a doctor. Originally from Miami and proud of his Cuban roots. I'm just kidding. There's no quote. has embraced life here in Arizona. He's embraced life here in Arizona and is already making an impact in both medicine and music. Please join me in welcoming my friend and our guest tonight, Justin Maynard. Welcome, Justin. Welcome.
Thank you.
That was the most BS intro.
I know, laid it on thick. The 75% white you didn't mention, the
Yeah.
Swiss and the other, the Cubans in there too, yes.
Yeah, you're a little.
It makes the very perfect package that is me.
Very perfect package. That is you. All right,
Yes.
Justin. All right. So you have you already. Something's Got to Give was your first song that you released. Can you tell us a little bit about what inspired that song and what message you hope listeners take from it?
That one was, my dad was visiting. We were watching the Jack Nicholson and Diane Keaton movie, Something's Got to Give, and so that expression that's the name of it. And I was like, oh, I kind of like the way that sounds. So then I just went to the piano and put it. I like the way it sounded with the melody that I came up with. And then that's just it's kind of angry, I guess. It's an angry song. That's the message to get past. No, but when you're with someone and you just get so irritated by them that something's got to give. Something's got to.
So you wrote it about your dad, is what you're telling us right now?
No, it wasn't about my
Just
dad.
kidding. I'm just
Sometimes. No, I'm just kidding.
Sometimes. Aw, your poor parents. We love your parents. Hi to both of you. They're going to be our 2 viewers today.
Probably, hopefully.
I'm just
Yes.
kidding. I'm just kidding. So you're a pretty well-rounded musician. You play piano, guitar, you sing, you play saxophone, you play the what's it called? The harmonica. What else do you play? You play a bunch of stuff. Bass, little bass.
Well, no, because I don't have a bass. I
Oh.
probably could if I bought one. I just don't have one. I have a lot of instruments, but those are the ones I play like mainly in my little space. Yeah.
Okay.
Drums are the only thing that I really don't do. I can make some little things with the MIDI keyboard I have, but I don't have like a drum machine or a kit or anything like that.
Okay.
So,
So what was the first instrument that you learned?
piano, technically. Yeah, piano.
Piano. But then you were in marching band and all of that stuff.
Yeah. And that was by mistake. My 8th grade, I was put in band class. They had an elective, and they put me in that, and they said, you have to get an instrument by, like, this month. So we ended up getting a saxophone from a family friend of ours who just gave it to us. So that was all by chance, because I wasn't going to pick that up. I wanted to do trumpet, but we had a saxophone, so I'm glad that worked out.
That would actually check out for your personality type for you to be a trumpet player.
You think
lie.
so?
Yeah, I do. I do actually. If you don't know, I'm just kidding. So I mean, I know this, but tell our audience who your biggest musical influence is.
Oh, well, it's obviously Billy Joel.
Why?
Billy Joel is he's a poet for sure. I think his stories represent American stories. I don't know how someone can write a story and put it to melodies that are so memorable like he can. And his chord progressions too. It's good. It's like classical music. He's just a good artist.
Would you say he's the GOAT?
Yeah. He definitely is.
He is not the GOAT.
He is.
But he's up there. He's good. I'm not going to lie.
He
That's he's probably the white people GOAT.
He is the white people goat.
Like-
That's white people anthems. to
Yeah,
the
it's
max.
definitely white people anthems, which is fine. They're good songs. Piano Man's a great song,
There is a Spanish version of Piano Man that's famous in Mexico. So,
Can you sing a little of it?
no, I can't do that.
That one. What's the most recent song he came out with? I really liked that.
Turn the lights back on.
Yeah, Turn the Lights Back On. It's about my life, because I'm an aging, dying musician, and I'm just kidding. So, what's your goal with your music? Where do you want it to go? Where do you want it to take you?
Just having fun. That's it. I don't want it to make it I think I like the position I'm in with it because it's just a hobby and it's fun. I'm not doing it to pay the bills. I'm not doing it to, try to make it or anything like that. Like, it's just for fun. If I get 7 listens, I would like to get a lot of listens. That would be really cool. But my goal is over 1,000.
I was just going to say that. His goal is to get 1,000 listens on one of his songs.
On one.
On one of them or all combined?
I just need one. Because I might already have that. I think I might have that on maybe up to 1,000 with all the songs. But I need one song that gets over 1,000. That's what I would
Okay,
like.
so just put Something's Got to Give on repeat in
That's
your
right.
car.
Mm-hmm.
Just listen to it over and over and over so you can get to his 1,000 listens.
Yep.
I think that makes what you do a lot more fun, right? Because you're just enjoying it. Like you're really just doing it because you love it, right? And it's kind of like your way of decompressing and kind of escaping the whatever car situation is happening right now down the street. But that makes it. It does. It makes it more fun, right? Like a lot of times, like when it's like your career, or like your job or whatever, you have to hustle, right? You don't have to. You can pick and choose what you want to do, and whatever you're going to do is what you're going to do. So, but let's talk about So let's talk about your main career and your main career goals. So you are a fourth year medical student at Midwestern University, the best university on earth, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. Yeah. So how do you balance the intensity of medical school with I would say you have a very rich social life in comparison to your peers and your passion for music. Like how do you find balance in life?
So when I was in the master's program, because now I did a year of the master's, and now it's almost 5 years total of this like graduate stuff, and then I did my undergrad. I've made it a point like there's work-life balance, so you don't want to be. That's how my career's going to be. So I'm like kind of mimicking what my career's going to be. I don't think I'm going to be the type of person that's going to be working, every day for a whole, the year. There's just no reason to do that.
You're definitely not going to be that person.
I'm not that person. So I think taking breaks is important. And I think now that I moved out here, like being out and making friends was super important, because I wouldn't have met you, and I wouldn't have met my dear friends and things like that I made out here, and I think it's just important to make that time. I talk to people and they're like, "Oh, I studied all Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, all the weekend." Right? It's like you always pick at least a day. Just pick it. If it's your Friday, pick a day and go do something.
You just pick one day?
No, I definitely pick multiple days, but and then with the music mixed in there, like rather than watch TV or read, watch TV or watch a movie, or that's my hobby is doing that. So then that's my fun is doing, and I don't mind doing that because it's creative and it's fun.
Yeah.
So it's like better than I'm in video games. I love video games. I just don't play them. I have to sacrifice something. Like that would be what I sacrifice.
Yeah, and you'd rather spend that time making music, right?
Correct.
Or playing with music stuff. Yeah, I agree. I actually used to be a big gamer until I got to like my freshman year in high school, because then I got a keyboard and like started just playing. My hobby was, this is so dorky, but I would sit at my keyboard and I would play my choir parts. I would learn my part, and then I would learn the tenor part. I was a bass. And then I would learn the tenor part, and then I would learn the alto part, and then I would learn the soprano part, right? I would teach myself all 4 parts, and then eventually I could play like 2 parts at the same time, and I can kind of play 4 parts or whatever parts now all together, kind of sometimes. But that was my hobby, right? That's what I did for fun because I enjoyed it. So, yeah.
Well, he also did a wrestling too. I discovered that. Not only is it music, but loves wrestling.
Oh, yeah.
A wrestling fanatic. It's Ric Flair's down here.
I was definitely a wrestling fanatic growing up.
He knows the moves, like sleeper dragon hold or something like that.
That's a dragon sleeper. That was Ultimo
Dragon
Dragon's
sleeper. Excuse me.
finisher. His finisher. His
And whoever the guy that spits the green stuff.
Ultimo Dragon also would do that. Uh-huh.
Oh, that was him? Okay.
Yeah,
I
but
don't
lots of
even-
other Japanese wrestlers have done that
Yeah.
throughout the years. Tajiri is another one. Yeah.
So if you didn't know, you could talk to Jimmy about wrestling.
I don't really actively watch it anymore. I'm not going to lie. Not that there's anything wrong with that, but I just don't. I don't have the time. It's way too much. Speaking of like time and something that you have to give up, the time commitment. It's Monday Night Raw is like 3 hours every week. Then there's SmackDown. That's like 2 or 3 hours. Then there's like NXT and like just all the other side shows.
I don't even know any of that stuff, but
Okay, well,
you know
anyway,
it, so that's
it's a lot of shows. It's a lot of shows. It's too much to keep up with every week, so I just don't. I do a lot of my reels though on my socials are definitely wrestling related, so I kind of keep up in that way. Anyway, this is not an interview about me and wrestling. He's saying this because we were in Des Moines, by the way, over the summer, and don't sleep on the Midwest, let me tell you. I think we both thought that we were going to like Minneapolis a lot and not Des Moines, right? Like, that's what I thought. But it was totally the opposite. Minneapolis is a city on life support. It is not it. Like, I feel really bad for that. Like, that city needs life. Des Moines was like so fun and so gay friendly and just had a
Yeah.
vibrant downtown district. They had this really cool bar. It was like an arcade bar. It was multiple levels and it was super 90s kid centric. Like it was built for millennials. Well, we're sitting in there and they're literally playing WCW, like World Championship Wrestling from the 90s, like old school DVDs on the TV. I knew every single match. I knew the wrestlers. I knew their finishers. I was explaining to them what the hell was happening because that was like my heyday of watching it. And I used to love WCW because I know everyone hates him, but Hulk Hogan was in WCW, and I was a huge Hulk Hogan fan growing up, like I was, and a huge Ric Flair fan, and they both happened to be in WCW at that time, so that's how that went down. So I'm gonna get canceled now because I used to like Hulk Hogan when I was a kid.
Well, he went to my university too in
Yeah.
undergrad. So
Yeah, he grew up
He's
to
from
be a
Tampa.
terrible. He grew up. I grew up to find out he was a terrible human being, for the record. But you know, don't
What
meet
are
your
you gonna do?
heroes. I guess I never met him, so.
that's true.
Anyway, so I lost my total train of thought because you made me go down that rabbit hole that is wrestling.
Yep.
But anyway, so we had a great time in Des Moines. I do highly recommend visiting that city, not in the winter, because it's really cold there in the winter. So outside of that, but let's wrap back to your like work-life balance. I think that that's a good point, and I would say that you do a really really good job of that. Maybe a little more in the life side of the work-life balance, but that's good because so many people, especially when they're trying to like achieve like becoming a doctor or like something that's really just like it's a difficult thing to do. It's not easy. They lose themselves in that, right? And so it's I think it's great that you you know manage to have fun and make sure that you enjoy life because tomorrow's not promised, right? You might not. I mean, knock on wood, I hope we both are alive tomorrow, but we might not be alive tomorrow. That's why it's important to like do things now and not wait. So, you know, or you might not be physically able to do it. Like that's something that I have to think about all the time because, you know, I spent some time in a wheelchair already and the likelihood that I will end up without my mobility is very high. So I have to enjoy myself now and do things now. So, yeah. We were out yesterday. We never go out. I don't know
Yeah.
why we were out yesterday.
I don't think people think that we hang out other than at Charlie's here. So this is us at another location.
We are not at Charlie's right now. Don't adjust your TV screen. We're not at the bar stools right as you walk in. We are somewhere else. We do go lots of other places. But what was I gonna say now? What was my point?
Work-life balance.
Work-life balance, sure. Yeah, whatever. I lost my whole train of thought because of that. We are definitely. Yesterday, good music was on or whatever, and so I was dancing, and I kind of like dropped it low, and my friend Crystal was like, "Wow, have you been working out or something?" And I'm like, "No, I haven't been working out. I just was feeling good, like physically, you know. And I've been feeling pretty good physically because I'm on Manjaro. It's not crack. 20 pounds so far. Anyway, okay.
Congrats on that.
Thank you. So you intend to become a psychiatrist. Why?
Ever since, I mean, it's been since I was young. It started as a kid just watching Frasier and watching TV. Like, no, obviously that's not how psych was, but like there were psychiatrists on TV shows, sitcoms, stuff. So I'd watch it. There was a lot of shows growing up and whatever that involved it. That's how I started as a kid. And then I knew I wanted to do something in psych, so then I did psychology in undergrad. But I wasn't sure if I wanted to do clinical psych or if I wanted to go into the medical side of it. So I ended up doing medical school because I realized that I think with psych, the medication side of it, I think is super essential for it. And so then, so that's why I took that route. Originally, I was doing like behavioral therapy with autism. I've worked with autism. I've worked in like behavioral health hospitals, and so I got a lot of good experience in the psych realm and behavioral realm. But as I was doing it, I was like, I'm missing something that I would like to be able to do, and I think that next extra step of being able to have that in our tool belt to give medication to people who really could benefit, I think is something I really wanted to do.
Okay.
And it's still going that way for sure. I've done all rotations of done surgery, pediatrics, and um, OB-GYN, all that, and still psych is the one.
Still psych is the one for you. Well, at least you know. And I think that is the cool thing about like your program. And I guess it's probably all medical programs, right? You have to do all of the different like things. I think it's good because you might stumble across something that you never ever expected that you would like or excel at, you know? So it's good. It's good that they do that. And I mean, it's awesome that it's worked. You know for sure that you want to do the psych stuff. So good. Good. Are there any parallels between being an artist and being a doctor in training?
Yeah, I was talking to somebody about it because there was a guy talking about AI. He's a family medicine doctor, I think, at Honor Health somewhere in Midtown area or something. I think it's Honor Health. I don't remember which one it is. But anyway, he was a family medicine doctor, and he was just talking about how AI is taking the jobs of doctors. And there's certain doctors, I think, like radiologists and like pathologists, that's highly possible because they don't really see patients face to face. But I think what's safe about humans and with art, right, is that there's still the human touch to it.
Mm-hmm.
So even as a psychiatrist, especially, like, it's really not. You could try. There was one. You could have a patient. You've tried every medication that is indicated for whatever they have, and they still are not getting better. And it's kind of trial and error. So, and then not only that, just the interaction with a human is going to make that difference. So with art, that's how it is. With especially in mental health, it's maybe this medication for ADHD like Vyvanse doesn't work. Oh, we'll try Ritalin, or that doesn't work.
Yeah.
We'll try something else. So it's kind of there is an art to it, and there's an art to the way you talk to people that I think you're not going to get with AI or with a machine. So there is art to it because you could be like radiologists and stuff like. They're brilliant. They're really smart. They know what they're looking at, and imaging and things like that. And they still go through med school, so they should know how to talk to people. They should be normal people. But I'm saying that AI would be like, could potentially take that because they don't have as much of that interaction. But that's how I think there's parallels between art and medicine for sure. Is the human touch that I think you're not going to get with a machine.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, I could definitely see that. All right, let's move on to Arizona. All right, so you've been here for 4 years?
4 years, and this next is it August now? Yes, so 4 years.
4 years. Wow. Okay, so what has made the desert feel like home?
Well, I do like the weather. Today was an example of what I don't like
Okay.
about Florida, which is
A rainy, monsoony day.
lots of rain. We had a dust storm today, which was really, I don't know if you saw it, but it was really, really cool if you looked at it.
Mm-hmm.
So that was today. But I think that's cool. Like in Florida, we had way worse. We had, hurricanes and stuff. And I'm not saying Florida's weather's terrible. It's just it's different. It's humid. We've got all the storms to worry about. Here, you don't have to worry about big storms. I like that. But besides the weather and I think the scenery is some of the most beautiful scenery you're going to see anywhere in the country, maybe even the world, honestly. I'm just going to say that because whatever. We can. And I think it is. The mountains are beautiful. I think the foliage or plants or whatever are beautiful. And then genuinely the people, too. I really think there's a really good culture in Arizona. I think people are really friendly. For example, like when I was in Miami to visit, I was trying to practice Spanish at this place, and they were so rude to me, like I wasn't even, like, I had two heads.
Mm-hmm.
They didn't speak English, but I was trying to speak Spanish to them. And they looked at me like I had two heads. But then I've done it here, and people are really kind, and, they, like, almost appreciate that you're
trying.
You're trying to learn Spanish.
Yeah.
That's really cool. I mean, let's help,
Mm-hmm.
So I feel like there's definitely that difference in culture. And I'm not saying everyone in Florida is a trash bag person, but,
It is Florida.
for that matter.
The people of Florida are the people of Florida, so.
But yeah, Arizona really has become home. I think because of all those factors, I mean, Florida is where I'm from, and there's always that feeling of home there. But I really think I've created a new community here that I really like too.
Mm-hmm.
So I think, and that's a great thing. And Arizona is a really cool place. So.
All right. Well, we are glad to have you. We are. All right. So, close your eyes.
Okay.
I want you to picture where you are in 10 years from now.
10 years from now.
Where do you see yourself? Do you see yourself in a lab coat, on stage, doing both? How does your life look? What does 10 years what does 40-year-old Justin look like?
Yeah, yeah. Well, I'll be 39, but yeah.
Oh, shut up.
Let's see. Well, at that point, I better have. I'll have my big boy job, so
Okay.
we're excited about that. So there will be. I will not be wearing a white coat. That's not. I'll be probably wearing scrubs.
Okay.
Or if I'm outpatient, maybe I'll wear some nice clothes. I'm not really sure.
Okay.
But polos, really. It's too hot for anything else. But yeah, casual. I'll be doing that during the day, and then I want to be able to play music at night. That would be a goal. I mean, just do it as fun. Like, if I'm doing gigs or whatever, I would like at least a gig a month or something. And then on top of that, then that's the time to travel. I would like to be able to, my 30s are going to be spent, getting to travel and actually go around and see things. I'll have the means to do it. I'm hoping at least by 39, I would hope I have a house. Yeah, I mean, that's what I see. Yeah.
Okay.
I will have a big boy job. Hopefully have a house. A car at least after 2014. And yeah, that would be.
All right. Those are some good goals.
Yeah.
All right. Okay. Anything else you want to share with our audience before we end this edition of the Davis Report?
I don't really think so.
All right. Well, thank you for being on this version of the podcast, and hopefully we can figure this out because I think the live stream is not working, but it's recording, so at least that's getting done.
There we go.
But well, thank you again, and for sharing your journey and with medicine and music and everything in between. I'm very thankful that you've come into my life. You know that, you drive me crazy on a lot of days, but I don't know how my life would be without you at this point. So
that's the same here.
Well, thank you. And I lost my script here. Oh, let me see. Oh, that's right. And I
He had
also
to write
want
it down because he really didn't feel it. That's why.
No, this is not. That's not true. I just wanted to make sure to make it a point that I said these things. But I do want to take a moment to honor the lives and the stories that we talked about tonight, especially my lifelong friend, Jasmine Salazar. She's truly going to be missed. And, I really do want to, just send special prayers and positive energy to just the community, the Maryvale community in general, and the West Valley community, because we're all grieving over this school stabbing. Like, it's just so terrible. Yeah. Just just send positive energy to these families, because they really need it right now, and these kids and the administrators and the teachers and just everyone involved. This week you can catch me at Boycott Bar on Wednesday and Thursday. I will be there this week, I promise. I said I would be there last week on Thursday and I didn't show up. Sorry, guys. Ashira was there though. We have Trivioki starting at 9-ish. It'll start at 9 on Thursdays. Wednesdays, it'll start once the show is over. And then Friday, you can catch me at Tap 2 or someone at Tap 2 this week for Trivioki. So come hang out with us. Have a good time together. And as always, thank you for tuning in. I'm Jimmy Davis, and this has been the Davis Report. Until next time, take care of yourself and each other.